Hello, my dear students. Welcome to this session. We are dealing with Chapter 5 Morphology of Flowering Plants. And we have learned earlier the structure of dicotyledonous seed as well as monocotyledonous seed. And today we are going to start with the description regarding flower. Actually, semi-technical description of a typical flowering plant. It is a symbolic method. Various morphological features are used to describe a flowering plant. The description has to be in brief. So here we are using a scientific language or proper symbols just to describe the different parts of a plant regarding specially flower. The plant is described beginning with its habit as well as habitat, its vegetative characters like root, stem, leaves, and all the other floral characters regarding including inflorescence as well as various flower parts. And after that we have to describe all the floral diagram because floral parts are represented in floral diagram, and we also use floral formula just to represent the same thing in a formula form. Now floral formula is represented by certain symbols. So all the symbols you have to note down in your classwork. Firstly, BR stands for bracteate flower. Then capital K stands for calyx, which is the outermost whorl. Then capital C stands for corolla, which is next to it. Then if calyx or corolla are absent, rather than that perianth is present, then capital P will be representing perianth. This is an optional thing. Then followed by capital A, that is androecium. And lastly capital G for gynoecium. In various flowers, gynoecium position is different, means ovary position is different. So G and underscore, it will represent a superior ovary, means above line gynoecium is located. Then if G is represented just below the line, it is inferior ovary. Then even the male and female symbols, they are represented here, and if bisexual flower is there, both will be present, so male and female will be combinedly shown. Then for actinomorphic flower, the plus sign in the circle, that is shown, and in zygomorphic flower the percentage sign, that is shown. So in this way various floral symbols, they are showing the different type of floral parts. So with the help of this diagram, this is a floral diagram with floral formula. So floral diagram you are supposed to draw in your classwork. Here the green part, which is outermost part, that is showing the calyx. Then inner to it corolla is shown. Then these structures, they are androecium part, that means stamens. And lastly in the center the ovary, that is shown, and even the locular part is also very clear. And lastly in the just below the diagram, the floral formula is written. So both you are supposed to write in your classwork. Now in this description we will see what will be the importance of this symbolic representation of a floral part. So a floral diagram provides actually the information about the number of parts of a flower, then even their arrangement, even their relation they have with the one another. Then the position of mother axis, it is present with respect to flower, is also represented by a dot on the top of the floral diagram. Then calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, they are drawn in a successive whorls, even the calyx being the outermost and the gynoecium being in the center, as I have shown you earlier in the diagram. Then here one of the example, the floral diagram and floral formula, represents the mustard plant, which I have shown you right now earlier, and it belongs to family Brassicaceae. So these two names you have to mention just under the diagram. Okay, now next topic will be describing some of the families which are included in our syllabus. They are first Fabaceae. It was actually earlier known as Papilonidae and a subfamily of family Leguminosae. So here we are starting with Fabaceae. Other two are Solanaceae as well as Liliaceae. But right now we are starting with family Fabaceae. First of all, we'll describe vegetative characters, but actually they are not important for our exam. Generally means you should know all these features, but more important are their floral characters. So if we see the vegetative characters, they may be trees, shrubs, herbs, and special character I have underlined here, the root are having root nodules. You better know what do you mean by root nodules. Here the rhizobium bacteria, it lives inside its root and it is living in symbiotic association. Then if we talk about stem, stem is erect or sometimes climber are also found. Then leaves, they are alternate, sometimes they are pinnately compound leaves, some are simple. So great variations they are seen. Even the leaf base is there and pulvinate. Pulvinus is present. It is a swollen structure which is present in some of the plants. Then they are stipulate. Even venation is reticulate. That means network type of venation that is seen. Now this chart that is showing the floral diagram regarding family Fabaceae, and this is actually for Pisum sativum. And here more clear diagram I will show you in next slide, but this diagram it is given in our book. Now these are this diagram, it is showing the different parts of how the real plant it looks like. So these two pictures you have to identify. Now I will show you the floral characters regarding family Fabaceae. First of all, we'll talk about inflorescence. How the flowers they are arranged, that we will show, that is of racemose type. We have learned about it earlier, so you can refer that session. Then flower is of bisexual type, that means both male and female reproductive parts they are found in a same flower. Then it is zygomorphic. It is regarding the symmetry. We have learned earlier two type of symmetries they are present, actinomorphic and zygomorphic. Now calyx, here sepals, they are 5 in number, they are gamosepalous and imbricate type of aestivation that is seen. Then if we talk about corolla, the petals they are 5, they are polypetalous. Then even they are consisting of a posterior standard, then 2 lateral wings, 2 anterior ones, they are forming a keel which are enclosing the stamens and the pistil, and here the maxillary type of aestivation that is found. Particularly we are talking about this Pisum sativum. Then if we see androecium, that is the male reproductive part, they are actually 10 in number, but they are found in 2 groups. That's why it is of didelphous type. And anther, they are diathecous. Then gynoecium, the ovary is superior. All these features we will be showing in floral formula. Then even it is single carpel which is found, which is known as which is represented as monocarpellary. Then unilocular with many ovules we can see in the central part. Then style is a single, but only underlined part that is important to write. Then lastly we will talk about fruit. Fruit is of legume type and it is non-endospermic seed. That means endosperm is not found, but cotyledons that is storing the food. And lastly the floral formula is written. So you have to write it as such. Then even I will try to explain it more clearly, but right now once only be familiar with all these terms and the meanings. Okay. So in this figure, I will show you the different type of aestivation in corolla again. This topic we have learned earlier, but the last two diagrams, that is C and D, right now we were discussing about these two ones in family Fabaceae, but here I will more emphasize on maxillary type of aestivation. Here you can see the outermost corolla part, that is known as standard. Then two lateral parts, they are known as wings, and the anterior ones, which are the smallest, they are known as keel. So this is the representation of maxillary aestivation. Now lastly, we will talk about economic importance. I have again shown you floral formula so that you will revise it. So if we see the floral formula, firstly the symmetry is shown, then the representation of bisexual flower, then calyx, then corolla, then androecium and gynoecium. Now we are talking about economic importance. Here many of the plants which are belonging to this family, they are firstly the source of pulses like gram, arhar, same, moong, soyabean. Edible oils are also present, that is सोयाबीन्स, ग्राउंडनट, जिसके अंदर से ऑयल निकलता है उसको हम एडिबल ऑयल्स में इंक्लूड करेंगे, और जो दाल की तरह यूज़ होती है उसको हम पल्सेस में डालेंगे. देन नेक्स्ट इम्पॉर्टेंस इज़ फॉर डाई, जो कलर देने के लिए, इसमें स्पेशली इंडिगो फेरा, सो इंडिगो कलर वी कैन ऑब्टेन फ्रॉम दिस प्लांट. देन नेक्स्ट इज़ फाइबर्स, जिसके अंदर से फाइबर्स मिलते हैं लाइक सन हेम्प, which are used for many of the purposes. Then next importance is for fodder, जो घास या चारा होता है जो जनरली कैटल्स यूज़ करते हैं एज अ फूड, उसको हम फॉडर बोलेंगे. एंड इसमें सेसबेनिया, देन ट्राइफोलियम, इस तरह के प्लांट्स यूज़ करेंगे या हम इंक्लूड करेंगे. एंड लास्टली ऑर्नामेंटल प्लांट्स एंड मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स, उसके बारे में भी हम बात करेंगे. ऑर्नामेंटल प्लांट्स आर मेड फॉर ब्यूटी, जो अपनी सुंदरता के लिए लगाए जाते हैं. सो ल्यूपिन एंड स्वीट पी. एंड मेडिसिनल प्लांट के लिए हम मुलेठी इसमें इंक्लूड करेंगे. जनरली ये कफ या इस तरह का जो साउंड बॉक्स को क्लियर करने के लिए यूज़ किया जाता है. सो इन दिस वे देयर आर सो मैनी एग्जाम्पल्स विच आर इंक्लूडेड इन फैमिली फैबिएसी. इस चैप्टर में भी आपको बहुत ज़्यादा आपका मेमोरी पावर बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, तभी आपका लर्निंग पावर भी इम्प्रूव होगा. सो ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर दैट. एंड देयर आर सो मैनी 2 families मोर विच यू आर गोइंग टू लर्न. तो आज हम एक ही फैमिली के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे. एंड टुडे वी आर एंडिंग आवर सेशन हियर ओनली. सो गुड बाय स्टूडेंट्स, टेक केयर, बाय बाय.